Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and people of all binaries, I'm Wolfgang Wilcox, your friend from the UK, welcoming you back to Not For Broadcast, the Timeloop. Where, if you missed it, a scientist brought in a machine that's supposed to increase the happiness of everybody in Britain, but instead it freezes time, somehow. And the only people who are immune to the time loop are myself and that dickhead bossman Bozeman, who has been suggesting different plans in order to break the time loop. Everything with a red marker through it are all the plans that have failed. The one with the red line under it is what we're going to try and do next. So, let's whack this big red reset button and see how it goes. Allons-y!
I've told you 1,000 times, Chester. It's the number of blind dates I've been on when no one's turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm, the date my childhood sweetheart married my best friend, the age my cat was when I ran him over, the number of conversations I've had with my father, and the exact time my mother walked out. I honestly don't see why that's so hard for you to remember.
Hi, sorry, yes. Hi, Dr. Magnus and
Sounds like a password of some
take a seat
kind.
here for me, please. Mr. Bannon will be with you shortly. And this is Miss Short, just over here.
Hi, Robin Short. Pleasure to meet you.
But she said that I should. I don't care what she said. She's me out of her depth. You get to press the big red button later. Now, off you trot.
I don't think we should touch that, Colin.
Leave that alone, please, Colin. Who are you?
I'm Mr. Bannon's...
Bannon? This is a horrible idea. I need some more like whips.
What's a horrible idea? Who is that weird little man? I want him fired right now.
I'm only here for one night, Patrick. I don't think we can go around firing people. I'm mostly making this mistake already.
Oh, how reassuring.
That's Dr. Magnus and... where's Chester?
Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry about her. She's new. For some reason, they keep leaving. The station lumps me with these arseholes. I think they see me as some sort of mentor to them, whereas actually I'm more of a guru. Patrick Bannon, nice to meet you.
Any relation to Graham Bannon?
Oh, it's a bit complicated.
He's his son.
I'm his son, yep.
Don't worry, you're in perfectly capable hands with Patrick and I. True professionals.
Looking forward to the big button press?
Yes, it will be the culmination of many months of hard work and long nights.
Crikey, when did you actually start?
Well, we were tinkering for years, but we didn't really get going until Advance came through with the funding.
There we go, all here. Lovely. Okay, we're going live in 10.
You know, often wondered what it'd be like to be sitting here in the big chair.
Big chairs?
Be the man in front of the camera.
Or woman?
Jeremy Donaldson 2.0.
Right, going...
You're welcome to that one.
in 5... No,
I'll tell you,
sorry,
Robin,
3...
I've got absolutely
no, we're live.
no, I'm not planning on spunking this opportunity right up the curtains. No, siree.
Patrick, we're live!
Good evening, I'm Patrick Bannon.
And I'm Robin Short. It's the 13th of March 1985, and this is a Channel 1 special event hosted by your national nightly news reporting team.
Yes. Jeremy Donaldson and Megan Wolf are off doing something. I don't know what, no one told us. So I'll be hosting this once-in-a-lifetime event.
Yes, we will, Patrick. Gently nestling in the sleepy hills of Chintlebury is a solitary laboratory where Dr. Charles Magnus and his wonderfully named Happiness Collective have been working on a secret project.
Yes, indeed. I do like a good nestle, don't you, Rob?
What?
I like a good, don't worry about it. The team are claiming that this euphoria device will raise overall happiness levels throughout the country. Tonight, I'll be putting that claim to the test, live on Channel 1.
As will I. We have reporters positioned up and down the country and a smorgasbord of fabulous expert guests right here in the studio to check those all-important results.
But don't even think about changing that channel. You stay right here with me. Us. Live on Channel 1 for
The Night of Smiles.
So that's what all that is about. I wonder when they were going to come into play.
Welcome back. In just a few short minutes, the Euphoria device will be activated, and I'll be even happier than I already am sitting here hosting this. Doesn't seem possible. Maybe are we. But before that, let's meet the men behind the merriment, Mr. Chester Mims and Dr. Charles Magnus.
Hello.
Hi. I can't believe I'm here.
You're not supposed to be.
Thanks for joining me. Dr. Magnus, you're the leader of this happiness collective, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And what does this thing actually do?
Well, we have one underlying unifying goal: to scientifically and quantifiably improve happiness levels for everyone, everywhere. The Euphoria device is the culmination of years of research from many experts around the globe.
So, then, how does it actually work?
Oh, well, that's simple. I just get my assistant Chester here to push the big red button.
well, it's actually a little bit more complicated than that. You see, I have to attune it. I push the big red button, yes.
Yeah, sure. Once you push that thing, or you or me, it doesn't matter, does it? What does it actually do?
It makes you feel happier, Mr. Bannon.
Well, I'm following the science.
But how does it make us feel happier, Dr.
Well,
Magnus?
Obviously, some of that information is proprietary, but...
Oh, of course, please, say no more.
Okay.
No, don't literally say no more. We're doing a TV show, for God's sake.
Oh, well, I could explain some of the basics.
Oh, bear in mind, we've not got too long to go now, so let's keep it simple for old Patrick here.
No, hold on. No. I'm good at science, actually. I did science all the way through school.
I was only joking.
Yeah, and I dated a science teacher once, so probably picked a thing or two up by Ozymandias.
Osmosis?
Clearly.
Look, I'm just saying that I'm perfectly qualified to discuss science. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Magnus, perhaps you could explain it in layman's terms for a thicko like me.
Yeah, for a thicko like her.
Well, to put it simply, everything is vibrating. Everything is
I'm not.
vibrating. Sorry?
I'm not vibrating.
Well, interestingly, actually you are.
Everything is.
I'm not.
Well,
Look at that. Steady as a bloody rock, that is.
yes, it appears steady, but
Do
actually...
you know what they call being boy cadets?
No.
Have a guess.
Cadet Bannon?
Yes, they called me Cadet Bannon because the sergeant major said they had to, but also something else. Go on, a nickname, come on. You little clown boy, have a guess.
Is this a game? I like games. My favourite games are hide the pickle, cock or ball.
No cock or ball, have a guess.
Steady hand Bannon.
It was steady hand, that's right, steady hand Bannon, well done. Good guess. Steady hand Bannon. Point is, not vibrating in any way.
If you say so.
Would have been a deadly sniper.
I'm sure you would.
Too much sitting around, though. The Bannons don't have time for that, no siree.
Thank you very much, Patrick. You were saying,
Obviously
Dr. Magnus.
interspersed with the odd,
Crikey.
But most are just sort of sitting around. Boring job.
Dr. Magnus,
Yes. Well, a particle is
More and
also
more
a
Patrick
wave,
Bannon
and in
appears on
Brimley
screen.
Sands.
The more and more I wish he was this.
What's that now?
The more and more.
I was saying Brimley Sands.
I'm
I
happy
went there
that
on
he
the
was
summer.
disappeared
Beautiful
by
place, loads of
advance
them there.
now.
I'm sorry, what are you talking
Oh
about?
my God, we're talking about waves, aren't we? So I went to Brimley Sands, obviously didn't go right up to the coastline. Got to protect the money maker as well.
Yes, but those aren't the waves we're talking about, Mr. Bannon.
these are smaller ones, like radio waves.
Pretty sure you don't get waves on the radio, Robin.
They come out of the radio.
Okay, well, if that was true, then why isn't my sideboard all wet from the waves? You explain that with your science.
Is there any point?
I could give it a go.
It's a rhetorical question, Chester.
Just like to be or not to be, that's also a rhetorical question.
It absolutely isn't.
Shall I go on?
No time.
Crikey! Well, I'm sorry, but we've actually wasted the chance to chat about all of that.
Well, I think we all learned a lot from that. I know I did.
Okay, we've got less than 2 minutes to go now, Patrick. So, while Chester goes over there to configure the Euphoria device, thank you, Chester, we are going to go live to the new Advanced HQ for a special message from the Prime Ministers, Peter Clement and Julie.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Advance, Julie and I just wanted to wish all of you the very best of luck with tonight's groundbreaking experiment.
When this project landed on my desk, I just knew it deserved to be funded. After all, what could possibly be better than increased happiness?
Now, I'll admit, I was a little skeptical, but the lab results
I've got it. There's a link between Magnus's tragic list of events and the combination lock.
Well done, Bozeman. Well done. You're a fucking genius.
The entire team at the Happiness
Now tell me how we get him to
as the old man
fucking say
used
the
to
numbers out
It's time
loud.
to stop twatting about and get the gimlet frothing.
Wow. Good luck, everybody. Back to the studio.
No, that's just what they want you to do. No, journalism is about taking massive risks for even bigger rewards. Being seen to do something, even if you're doing nothing at all. Now, this is my big opportunity, and I'm going to grasp it with both hands.
I thought this job was going to be glamorous.
Good one.
Just day after day with this fucking...
You'll outlast him.
This isn't going to end well, is it?
Oh, maybe you'll get lucky and he'll fire you.
God, yeah.
Just bide your time.
Shh, it's time.
We're live! Oh! Fantastic! Our Prime Ministers, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry,
and
what's
of course,
going on? Why is Chester over there?
Well, we thought it might be better if a handsome young journalist in a suit did the push, you know, rather than a sort of stuffy old thing in a lab coat.
Look, Mr. Bannon, I really
This
don't
is
think
highly irregular.
Patrick, I really
Let's get
think it would be
involved!
better.
We've got a new catchphrase to try out as well when we get there. OK, let's start with 10, shall we? 10, 9, 8, come on, Boffin, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get your Bannon on!
I will not be getting my Bannon on. Choose another one.
Oops. Fuck's sake.
The problem is people pressing the button. So, we hire someone to stop that from happening. Didn't have a lot of experience, but he seems enthusiastic, and that's the most important thing.
I've told you 1,000 times, Chester. It's the number of blind dates I've been on when no one's turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm and... Excuse me, who's that?
You can sit here, please, Dr. Magnus. The host will be with you shortly.
Sorry, Dr. Magnus.
Leave that alone, please, Colin.
Who are you?
Well, stay away from the device, sir.
All right, mate. Keep your hair on. You're only a blip anyway.
What? Jenny, why is there an
Oh, he's the cop.
Oh, hi, I'm Andy, Drop Dead Security. It's Community Cohesion Officer, CCO.
And how's that feel, Andy? Being rebranded?
It's good. it's not about confrontation anymore. You know, the force had its fair share of problems. The team doesn't have as many.
But it still has some, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was thinking of changing it.
Jenny, who is this?
I've had all these cards printed.
What, to protect the device?
You know what to use
Give me
it.
an idea.
You don't sound very sure about that.
Oh, what? But it's fine, right? I took a course.
3 months?
2 days.
10 seconds, everybody. You okay?
Beat comes.
5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Doles.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 13th of March 1985 and this is a Channel 1 special event hosted by your National Nightly News team.
In a laboratory nestled in the sleepy hills of Chittenbury, Dr. Charles Magnus and his optimistically named Happiness Collective have been working on a
Sorry.
secret project.
They claim their Euphoria device will raise overall happiness levels throughout the country. Tonight, live on Channel 1, we'll be putting that claim to the test.
We'll be in and out of the schedule.
God, sorry again. Yeah,
In and out of the schedule.
No. Oh, sorry, I think it's my allergies. I think it's my allergies. I'm really
This
playing up
fucking
today.
idiot's gonna sneeze and hit the button, isn't he?
We'll have guests from the world of science, politics and entertainment and, of course, those all-important results.
So don't change that channel. Stick with channel 1 only.
No, it's getting worse. I think it might be your perfume. I think it's her perfume.
Right, I noticed you managed to hold it together through Megan's line.
What? Oh, sorry, mate. I think my ears are swelling.
Well, good luck with that. It's the night of smiles.
Night of smiles.
Roll the time.
45 seconds back.
Yes, Bozeman.
Welcome to the Night of Smiles. In just a few minutes, the impressive machine behind me will be activated in the first ever mass test of its type. So let's meet the man behind the merriment, Dr. Charles Magnus.
Dr. Magnus, thank you for joining us. I understand you're the leader of the Happiness Collective, is that right?
Dr. Magnus?
Excuse me, young man.
Me?
Yes. Did you say it was your job to stop the big red button being pressed?
Yeah, pretty much sums it up, yeah.
You do realize I built that machine?
Well, I don't know anything about the science. No, don't come too close, though.
I have spent my entire adult life trying to make everyone in the world, including myself, happier. That's a noble aim, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, let's do that. Well done.
Thanks. Well, the thing is, to bring my work, my life's work, to completion, I need to press that button. Do you understand me?
Yeah, but the thing is, I can't have you doing that, see? So...
This is ridiculous.
Just realising that now, are we?
I'm sorry, Andy. Is it?
Yeah.
Well, we're going out live right now, and the whole point of this segment is that it culminates in that big button being pushed. Now,
what are you doing, Jenny?
Our boss has told you, but you must have misunderstood because he would never sabotage the show.
Just follow your orders, Andy.
When did
I love this thing. I'm going to have these put in everywhere.
Right, stay back. Stay back. I'm drawing my gun, right? Shoot stuff.
Andy!
You stupid
Blithering idiot. The police can keep him. Bloody fool can't guard a bloody button. This is what happens when there's no time for a proper candidate selection process. I've always said it. Just pick another one. If we tell everyone we're getting stuck in a time loop, they'll be sure not to press that button.
Yep. Surely. Allons-y.
I've installed a tannoy in the studio. Leave this to me. I'm a master of explanation and negotiation.
Oh,
I've told
sure
you
you
1,000 times, Chester. It's the number of blind dates I've been on when no one turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm, the date my childhood sweetheart married my best friend, the age my cat was when I ran him over, the number of conversations I've had with my father, and the exact time my mother walked out. Honestly, I don't see why that's so hard for you to remember.
If you could just sit here, please, Dr. Magnus. The host will be with you shortly.
Yes. Not you, sorry, Dr. Magnus.
Leave that alone, please, Colin.
This reminds me of the time I accidentally ate a load of acid instead of my banana sandwich.
We've all been there, Colin.
Oh, Jeremy, this is Dr. Magnus. He is the scientist.
Attention, National Nightly News team. Please gather everybody by the sofas.
Sorry, I'm late. Unstable cat. Was that Bozeman?
This is Bozeman.
Is this a drill?
This is not a drill.
Right, okay, Chester, if you could please join us on the sofas.
And the crew, please. I'm on my way down.
Okay, and the crew, please.
We're going to get to see Bozeman. This should be interesting.
Right, I've gathered you all here because I'm afraid I have to tell you
Ah,
something.
come on.
For all of you, this is a normal day. But for Alex, Winston and I, it is repeating over and over again. We are trapped in some sort of time loop. And it always begins when someone presses the button on that infernal machine over there.
The Euphoria device? Impossible. Temporal attunement ironed out all the problems with the time circuitry months ago.
I'm sorry, are you quite all right, Robert?
Yes, I'm fine, Jeremy. Look, I know this is hard to accept, but if you'll just
Not
listen...
for me.
What's that, Colin?
Not my first time. Been caught in a couple of these.
You're experienced with time loops, Colin.
Oh yeah, Spong's always getting caught up in stuff like this. Time loops, multiverses. Standard Wednesday. I'm pretty much immune to this stuff now.
I'm sorry, are we choosing to believe this?
Of course not. There's no such thing as a time loop. It's impossible.
It throws up too many paradoxes.
Exactly. Too many paradoxes. It's an impossibility.
Well, it may be an impossibility, but Winston and I are trapped in one right now.
Well, it can't be our machine. We haven't even started it up yet.
Yes, and that's exactly how it's going to stay.
What, you're cancelling the show?
We're already live, I believe.
Yes, a few minutes now.
I'm sorry, the viewing public are currently watching you have a massive nervous breakdown. That can't be good.
Can we get security up here, please?
Yes, and a doctor.
Is everything okay at home, Mr. Bozeman?
Yes, everything is okay at home. I'm telling you, that machine is going to break reality itself.
That's also impossible.
The Department of Metaversal Stability fixed that issue months ago.
This machine is totally safe. I will prove it to you.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, Mr. Bozeman, stop.
Is everything all right here, Mr. Bozeman?
Help me restrain this man.
I think he's having an episode.
Standard time loop stuff, this never works.
Why don't you believe me?
Could you let the guest go, please?
No, you don't understand.
Well, why don't you let him go, Robert? And we can go have a little chat about it.
We don't need a little chat. Oh, for God's sake.
I don't know what sort of operation you clowns think you're running here, but if you think you can stand in the way of science, you've got another thing coming.
Well, I tried. Okay, carry on then. I'm going back to my office.
If you could just come with us for a moment, sir.
Of course.
Okay, everyone, back to your places, please. Save this.
Well, firstly, an apology to our viewers at home who've had to witness, well, what just happened. Our boss has been having a breakdown on national television. Personally, I can't think of anything more mortifying, but I can assure you he will receive the best possible.
After him! He's heading for the stairs!
Meanwhile, everyone here feels a bit upset, so now would be a perfect time to test the device, which makes the unlikely claim of being able to cheer everybody up. Dr. Magnus?
Yes.
Actually, the machine uses resonance to raise the...
No one cares, Chester.
Useless fucking idiots. Right. We can't break the machine, and we can't break the show. That just leaves the scientists. I know what to do. Restart the loop.
Right. Gonna finally spell out how we get him to talk about his fucking problems to give us the solution.
I found the solution. No scientists, no experiment. Sit back and relax, Winston. This one's all me. It's going to be a very short show.
And you're sure you haven't seen them?
Not for the last half an hour, so. I'm normally out here by now, banging on about numbers.
And you've checked everywhere. The break room, Dr. Magnus's dressing room.
Break room, they're always out of the dressing room.
Colin, can you please just go and check if they're in the dressing room, and I'll get security to do another look around. Don't press that button.
Good.
I do believe we were sent there on purpose, Chester.
Oh, bugger.
On purpose? Dr. Magnus, who? Who would have sent us there? Intentionally?
I'm not sure. Perhaps it was a competition.
Is it the Blissful Union?
Yes, those nerds have been jealous of our Euphoria device ever since we secured the funding from Advance.
They're trying to stop us.
Yes, we must proceed immediately.
Dr. Magnus, if we hadn't have got out of there, I'm not sure.
If you hadn't got us out, Chester, I mean, that thing. If you hadn't broken the door down and got us out with that unexpectedly impressive show of strength, well, you did well today, Mr. Mims. You did well.
Dr. Magnus, that's the kindest thing you've ever said to me.
I know I've been a bit harsh on you in the past, Chester, but I promise that this changes from now until the end of time.
Thank you, sir. That means so much.
There you are, Dr. Magnus. We were worried something had happened to you. Glad you both look fine. Actually, you look like you've seen a ghost. Are you all right?
We have undergone a deeply distressing and scientifically implausible trauma at the hands of our enemies. We are absolutely and definitively not all right. Fortunately, a remedy is at hand.
Dr. Magnus, we're not even...
The solution is flawless. The execution is the problem. I don't know why you suggested the old haunted Bannon soundstage. Terrible idea. But I have a better place. Don't worry, Alex. I'll clean up your mess.
Shut the fuck up.
Scientists are showing up on this show. I think we're good.
And you're sure you haven't seen them?
So infuriating you don't remember our conversations, you know.
And you've checked everywhere, the break room, Dr. Magnus's dressing room.
Yes, I sit off the old Bannon soundstage.
Wait, why would you do that? Colin, can you please just go and check if they're in the dressing room, and I'll get security to do another look around.
Yes, look all you want. You won't find them this time.
Why can't he press the button? Isn't that the whole point, isn't it? Wait, where is everybody? Professor What's-His-Face and his collection of smiling idiots. Jenny?
Yes, Dr. Charles Magnus and his assistant.
Sorry, I'm late finding my teeth. Where are the guests?
They seem to have mysteriously disappeared. I'll have them back here by the time you come back from the titles, don't worry.
It's considered poor form to lose the guests, Jenny.
Well, next time, I'll read the news and you can chase the wandering scientist. How about that? 10 seconds!
Probably do a good job.
Oh, you can make Colin my co-anchor. Going in 5, 4, 3...
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 13th of March, 1985, and this is The Night of Smiles. just a few minutes, the impressive machine behind me will be activated in the first ever mass experiment of its type. So let's talk about the man behind the merriment. Dr. Charles Magnus, who will be speaking to you later this evening. Truly a visionary. Right, Jeremy?
Yes, if by visionary you mean...
Sabotage!
It's the way to get into the studio.
It didn't seem believable, but he was so convincing.
Yes, I bloody was.
He told us that all television studios were entered by Shoop.
We don't work in television. How are we supposed to know?
So we got in and...
The darkness,
and
the sliding, the big splash, and the wet.
And the clownfish.
Lucky the viscosity was low, or heaven knows what would have happened.
Somebody is clearly out to sabotage us.
Yes, Dr. Magnus, probably the blissful union.
I concur. Those nasty little geese. We must start the experiment immediately.
Wait.
Right, I've had enough. There's only one real solution that will fix this once and for all. Once more into the breach, dear Winston. Once more.
So when exactly are we going to get around to him telling us the fucking numbers needed for the combination lock?
And you're sure you haven't seen them?
No.
Yes, they definitely won't be coming on now.
And you've checked everywhere. The break room, Dr. Magnus's dressing room.
Spoken
I actually had to kill them, Winston. I didn't mean to. I thought knocking them unconscious would work, but then they fought back and... Well,
Colin, please.
his dressing room is in a right
I want
state.
security to do another look around. Oh, and don't press that button.
Why can't he press the button? That's the whole point.
But on the bright side, they won't press the button now, so we're out of the loop, which is... Wait, we're out of the loop.
Jenny?
And I killed them.
And his assistant.
So sorry I'm late. Blood everywhere. Where are the guests?
Both of them.
Yes, you're going to fucking jail.
No, I can't go to jail. I wouldn't do well in the joint, Alex. Nope, that won't do it all.
I read the news and you chase after the wandering scientist. How about that? 10 seconds.
Scientists, you really think there should be some sort of quality check?
Going in 5, 4, Mr. Bozeman.
Sorry, Jenny, but I just can't live with this timeline. We're going again.
You're a twat! You're a dickhead! You're a fucking idiot! Why do I have to be stuck with you? Just ask him about the fucking combination!
No one has turned up, followed by the
Right,
one
here we are
number of
again.
lumps
Your
under
button
my
should be
left
working,
arm.
Winston. Push
The
it
date
to
my
freeze
childhood
time.
sweetheart married my best friend, the age my cat was when I ran.
So, only Magnus can stop the experiment, which he doesn't want to do. Which means we'll just have to fix his machine for him. It's got to be something to do with the relay, that contraption on your left. Fortunately, I found some instructions for it lying around in Magnus's definitely unlocked briefcase. Apparently, altering the machine's core workings is all about the wires, but we can't get at them because of the glass panel, which appears to have an unnecessarily complex combination lock. The instructions say, there is no way to unlock the relay without your customized combination, so we suggest writing it down or not forgetting it. Well, that's a great help. Maybe we'll get lucky and it's already set correctly? There should be a small button next to the combination to allow you to check it. Give it a press now and let's see what happens. lights should indicate that none of the combination is correct. Ah well, that probably would have been too convenient and unfulfilling if the code was already entered for us. It says here you should be able to change the number by moving the dials up or down, then as we did before, press the button to see if we've entered the code correctly. Just check you can change the numbers now. Excellent. That all seems to be working. I suppose we'll just have to work out the code the old-fashioned way. Take a look at the notepad and I'll show you where I'm at with it all. As I was saying before that nasty business with the dead scientists, Magnus's rambling when he enters the studio correlates perfectly with the combination lock on the relay machine. So it seems to me, if we figure out all those bits of information, we can unlock the device and fix their infernal contraption. With that in mind, the combination is the total number of days Magnus has been on where the other person didn't show up, the number of worrying lumps under his left arm, the very date his childhood sweetheart married his best friend, the age of Magnus's cat when he ran him over, how many conversations Magnus has had with his father, and the exact time his mother walked out. My God, his life sounds awful. Still, the next step is getting Magnus to spill the beans on all that information. We've already seen that disrupting the show hasn't helped us with anything, but I thought adding a second guest to sow a little more chaos might get the good doctor talking. Take a look to your right. I've put my Rolodex down there with you, with all the celebrities I can book for the show at short notice. Give it a spin now. When you've chosen your guest, simply pull their card out of the Rolodex and I'll book them for the next loop. Madder than 13-8 with 5 sharps. At least he gets people talking. Right, now that we know who we're bringing on the show, let's turn back to the pad and I'll tell you how we'll solve this thing. When you hear any useful information, you can press the handy bell I put under the pad. I've got your broadcast feed coming directly to my office, so I'll be able to see and hear what's on your main screen whenever you ring the bell. Try it now, let's just check I can hear it. Perfect. You press it when you hear anything about the combination. When I hear it, if it's relevant, I'll write it out for us on the pad so we can keep track of it all. Once we have enough to figure out the code, we can fix this damn machine and get out of this mess. I can get us started because I happen to hear about the unfortunate passing of his father from a severe sawdust allergy, apparently, when he got home from the circus. So we'll put that down now. Right, so remember, we're looking for the information to solve the combination lock. Magnus will hopefully reveal different pieces of the information based on who you've chosen to bring on the show via the Rolodex. You'll ring the bell anytime you hear anything relevant, and I'll note it down. And you can start and stop the loops at any time by pressing the big red button on the relay machine. Let's get started.
Right, I see. 2 episodes in, and only now does it start proper. And it will be in the 3rd episode when we actually start. Thank you so much for watching. Good night out there, whatever you are.